Cambodia in 1994 was a quagmire of despair. Fierce fighting between Pol Pot-led Khmer Rouge and national forces had created millions of refugees and orphans. Those strong enough to escape the carnage ran to refugee camps in Thailand. The UN attempted to bring peace, but the Khmer Rouge continued its devastation of the land and the people. Minefields replaced rice fields, and 50% of the population were killed. Their tortured bodies were piled into the mass graves, which became the killing fields. Mark Geppert entered the country in the midst of this situation. His God-given mandate was to walk the land and pray for peace, the end of the conflict and healing for the Cambodian people. As the founder of the Southeast Asia Prayer Center, Mark believed that lives are changed through prayer. Traveling Highway 6, he entered the combat area through Poi Pet and made his way from village to village until reaching the ancient ruin at Angkor Wat. The road was pocked with bomb craters and bordered with landmines, but Mark was focused on a promise from God. He began to pray that from the minefields and killing fields, Jesus would raise up a generation that would be a witness to his love and power. Mark prayed that they would be Christ-centered, Bible-based, Spirit-filled, and academically excellent. In 1998, Pol Pot died, and the Khmer Rouge movement with him. SEAPC decided to serve the population by adopting a Cambodian ministry, New Hope for Orphans. SEAPC began to build and support children's homes, receiving not only orphans, but also at-risk children. Geppert then visited with the Ministry of Education to share his prayer promise. He was amazed to be invited by the Education Ministry to try his hand at resurrecting a public school system in a former Khmer Rouge stronghold. His trial sample was a cluster of 8 villages just off Route 6 in Ban Tie Minh province. 4,000 children from K3 through 12th grade attended. Buildings were built and teachers trained, and within 3 years the school was #1 in all of Cambodia in math, science, and English. SEAPC was then invited to apply the same method at the provincial level and is now reaching out through 500 campuses to 150,000 students in a movement called Ban Tie Minh Arise. The Highway of Tears has become the Highway of Joy, as children no longer leave school to be swept into human slavery and trafficking, but thrive in the academic environment of what SEAPC calls resurrection power. There is a place for you in this story. SEAPC is inviting plumbers and electricians, teachers and nurses, businessmen and EMTs to come share your life skills with these young people. Local and online businesses are rapidly being established. Fatalism and generational poverty, caste systems and gender bias, and post-war trauma are being replaced by the Judeo-Christian ethic. There is a new normal in Ban Tie Minh province. A generation of spiritual, emotional, and academic excellence is arising from the quagmire of despair. To become a part of this modern miracle, contact www.SEAPC.org or Facebook or Twitter.